Hello and welcome to another commentary video. Today we are taking a look at the finals of the Japanese Wave 2 Championship 2024 that happened last weekend. We are watching the finals here and we got two Black decks playing it out. We got a familiar face with Lucci, OP07 leader, and we got the new OP09 Blackbeard leader. For those of you that are not familiar, I can also provide you some translations here. Let's take a look at the Blackbeard in general. The Blackbeard is a 5000 black leader, which has the effect your on-play effects are negated, and activate main you may trash one card from your hand, and your opponent's on-play effects are negated until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this shuts off things like Rebecca, like Komoria, Lucci, like all the good on-play effects are just negated with this leader. Yeah. And all the other cards, I think we take a look once they get played. Maybe one thing I will show you here is the Lafitte. It's a 1-cost searcher. It's activate main. You rest one of your Don cards, and then you can take a look at the top 5 for Blackbeard pirates, and the rest will be bottom decked, right? So yeah, the rest I will show you once we have them. Maybe we can pause real quick here to take a look what he else have in hand. He has the stage and he got also some other cards. Let's take a look what the other cards are doing. So the stage is activate main. You may trash one card from your hand, rest the stage, and then you can take a look at the top 3 and take a Blackbeard Pirates type card and add it to your hand and bottom deck the remaining cards. Then the stronger, the horse here is just a 2k counter mainly. And the other card is the Dog Q. It is a 2-cost card and activate main. You may rest this card. And if your leader is the Blackbeard Pirates type, you can KO an opponent's character with cost of 1 or less. And additionally on KO, you draw a card. So really good card. That's right there. So we got the Jesus Burgess. This is like a really strong card. It's a 4-cost 5000 power, but it gets even stronger. It has an effect. This character can't be KO'd by your opponent's effects, which is really good overall. And then if your leader has the Blackbeard Pirates type, this character gains plus 1000 power for every 4 cards in your trash. So this is really strong. Let's say you have like 12 cards in trash, he's like an 8k power buddy, which can be played for 4 costs, which is really strong. And then we also have here the 10-cost Blackbeard, which we saw. The star of the deck is a 10-cost 12,000 power card. He is a blocker and activate main once per turn. If your leader is the Blackbeard Pirates type and this character was played on this turn, negate the effect of up to one of your opponent's leader during this turn. So this stuffs Enel, Nami, whatever, from Nami from winning the game, or Enel from healing their life. Then negate the effect of up to one of your opponent's characters, and that character cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. So which is also a pretty strong effect overall. For example, we could just shut off Jax, for example, so the Jack can attack and he can rest himself, and just leaving him in play and not doing anything at all. So yeah, overall a really strong card, and I would say let's get right into the game. I also forward this game with a speed of 1.25, just so it's a little bit more faster, or we can enjoy it a little bit faster here. So let's see who's going first. Okay, so now we're starting the game. The Lucci player goes first. There's nothing he played on his turn, and he passes it back to the Blackbeard. On the Lucci side, maybe we pause real quick. We see some good cards, I would say. We see the big 9-cost Kaido, and I think Kaido is a really good answer to Blackbeard because he's able to trash characters. So he's able to trash also the Jesus Burgess we just saw. And because it's like an activate main effect, also the Blackbeard can't protect themselves from this Kaido effect. So this is really strong. We also got a Gecko in the hand, but I think the Gecko is not the best card in this matchup, because if your opponent uses his Blackbeard effect, Gecko is literally an 8-cost vanilla kind of card with a 9000 power. I would say Gecko is a worse vanilla card in this regards. But let's see what the player decides to play. Probably he plays out his Searcher, and he uses his Search 2, look at his top 5 and getting a card into his hand. He grabs, we didn't saw it. Maybe we see it now. I think it was a Searcher event, right? Yeah. So the Searcher event, taking a look at top 3, also for Blackbeard cards, and then you trash the remaining 2 cards, and the trigger is the activate main effect. So you can, yeah, just do the same. So the event card is really good also in filling up your trash to then buff your Birches in the later stages of the game. Back to Lucci side, we are at 3 done. He decides to swing 5 into the face. The Blackbeard decides to take this life, and then we play a Brook to kill the Searcher. And that's it for the Lucci side. Now we're back at the Blackbeard turn at 4 dons right here. And I think it's an okay turn to play the Birches right here. Yeah, he's deciding to attack with a 5k first. Lucci is taking this swing, and he plays out for 4 the Jesus Birches, which we just mentioned. Right now we just have 1 card in trash, which means no additional power added to the raw power of 5000 for the Birches. Yeah, so now we are back at the Lucci side. We are now at 5 done. Yeah, and I think there's not so much you could do. There is the possibility to maybe play the 5-cost Kaku, but as I said, you are not able to KO the Birches. So maybe he's swinging 5 with, maybe he's just pressuring his life, right? Swinging 5 here, 5 with his leader, establishing maybe a Khalifa to cycle a little bit through his deck. Could also be an option, right? Now 5 with the Brook got taken by Blackbeard. Then there's from Lucci another 5k into his face. And I think maybe at some stage you have to counter out of these 5k swings, right? Because otherwise it's getting a little bit dangerous to survive until the end game with the Blackbeard. So yeah, with the leader effect we trashed a Span Dam and also a Tsuru. I think they are great targets to have in trash for later Moria, if we ever getting to use the Moria effects. Depends on if the Blackbeard player decides to use his leader effect when he's at 6 don. No, or it's let me take a look. He's at 5, so he will be at 8 first, yeah. And for the 4 don, he just decides to play a Kaku with no effect and passing it over to Blackbeard. So now we are entering the 6 don turn for Blackbeard. I would imagine he plays out the 1 Augur and also plays the stage for 1 and then swings just 5-5. Maybe he doesn't swing with his Birches at all. Could also be a thing. Because right now he's just a 5k body and your opponent could easily swing into it. I think it's the best to just leave the Birches active. That your trash getting filled a little bit more, so that the power of the Birches will be increased. We see now a 5k swing into Brook. Lucci is deciding to counter out of this attack, right? There is a... Yeah, he decides to use a Khalifa to counter off this attack. Then we are playing the 1-cost Searcher event. Here we bring back a... or we find a 10-cost Martial Litige, trashing the other cards. And now our Birches is a 6k body. And now he's debating, does he want to really want to play these... Yeah, he is playing the stage for 1. He also finds himself a finger pistol, and I think it looks like he will swing with the Birches into the Brook, and then using the finger pistol to get rid of the Kaku. I think that's what we see right here, right? He trashes a Dog Q to search with his leader, and there is the option for another 10 cost, but I think 2 is more than enough, right? I think 2... Is there a world where you play 3? Yeah, he decides to grab another Dog Q, playing a finger pistol, getting rid of the Kaku, trashing the top 3, and yeah, just like that we got 8 cards in the trash, meaning our Birches is 7k body, and then we swing into the Brook, getting rid of it, and yeah, Birches is now an un-KO'able character with 7k body. And the 7k body is also important because it's also in the opponent's turn. Yeah, so if he wants to swing into it, he has to commit some dons. Yeah, but now we are at 7 don, and I think our Blackbeard player didn't use any leader effect yet. I think that's also something you have to be aware of, that when to time your leader effect to stop your opponent from the on-play effects. And I think it's correct to not do it right there. And oh, that's an interesting play right there. Yeah, that's something Blackbeard player didn't expect it, I think. He just swung with all the dons to his purchase. It was what is this? 3, 6, 7, so 12k into 7k means that the Blackbeard would need 6k of dons, 6k of counter, but yeah, he let it go. So yeah, I think it was an interesting play at all. And now back to the Blackbeard side. We are at 8 don. I think you will use your stage because you could maybe draw into another Jesus Birches and also fill up your trash, which would be pretty good. Yep, that's what you're doing first. You're trashing the 1 Augur, 5 cost 6000 power character, and you whiffed. You got 2 jacks and a Laboon, which is pretty rough. So yeah, then we are seeing an 8k swing to the face. The Lucci player is taking this swing, and we got 5 dons left, and probably play the 1 Augur, I would say. Let me get you the translation there real quick. The 1 Augur is a 5 cost 6000 power character. It's activate main. You may rest this character, and if your leader is the Blackbeard Pirates type, you can reduce the cost of an opponent's characters by -3. And when this character is KO'd, you may get to draw another card. But let's see. Yeah, he has the card in hand. He debates playing it down, and there it is. For 5 cost, he played just the card we saw on the field. And now he using his leader effect, right? He trashed another card there. I think this is just a jump blocker here. Just a 2k blocker. Do I have it here as well? Yeah. You have just to trust me that this here is just a 2 cost 2000 power blocker. And yeah, back to the Lucci side. I think we are now at 9 don, right? Yeah. And I think it's a good turn to play the Kaido, I would say. With the Kaido, you're getting rid of the 1 Augur. But on the other side, if you... Yeah, I think it's the best not to do it, right? Maybe you just... Yeah. Maybe you just swing 6 into the face and just play out a Gecko Moria. Just a vanilla Gecko Moria, I would say. And then the turn after, when your opponent is playing the Blackbeard, you can then use Ice Age and Kaido to get rid of the Blackbeard. Okay, but he decides for 8 don to play a Kaku, a 6 cost and a 3 cost Brook. I also like this, right? Because with the Gecko you would just have like 1 big body. But with these 2 characters you essentially have 2 characters on board that are like threatening some damage on the Blackbeard side. So now we are in the Blackbeard side of things. We are at 10 don. He has 6 cards in hand. There's 2 10 cost Blackbeards here. I think you will start with the stage, yeah. I think that's something you would starting just to... Do you want to get rid of a 10 cost Blackbeard? No, you don't. Usually you don't want to do that, right? Maybe you... Yeah, okay, he trashed another 1 Augur. And I think he got a Dog Q. Yep, grabbing the counter here. And I think now it's a turn to play your 10 cost Martially Teach. He's splitting up some Don, maybe confusing his opponent into thinking that he's doing something different. Oh yeah. Yep. He will play the Laboon, reducing the cost by the Kaku by 4, playing the Dog Q to rest himself and KO the Kaku. Then we are seeing a 5k swing with the Blackbeard into face. Then we see a 6k swing. The 6k swing will be taken. There's another Gecko Moria drawn from life. And then we play out the 4 cost event. Let me grab the translation for that. So, the card that is just getting played here, or was played, was the Black Hole 4 cost event. Main if your leader has the Blackbeard Pirates type. Negate the effect of up to one of your opponent's characters during this turn. then if that character has a cost of 4 or less, KO it. So essentially you're KOing 4 cost or less, and if it's 4 or above, you just negate the character's effect just for this turn. Okay. Yeah. And just like that, he getting rid of the board of the Lucci, and as well, yeah, established Laboon and also Doc Q, which are able to get rid of 5 cost into a combination. Now he's using leader effect, trashing another Doc Q, negating all the on-play effects on Lucci side. So no Gecko Moria is able to be played here. And I think this turn, it's hard, right? Do you play? I mean, you could swing 5 into Doc Q, like in this smaller unit with your leader, minusing the Laboon, then play check, resting hit, killing the Laboon. Would be something you could do right here. You could also play the Kaido to trash something from the hand of the Blackbeard character. And the thing is, because he has just 2 cards in hand, right? I mean, the Kaido has also the secondary effect that your opponent trashes a card from his hand. And with 2 cards in hand on the martially teach side, this would mean one of the 10 cost Blackbeard would be gone. On the other side, he could leave his Kaido for the next turn. That you use this turn to get a little bit rid of the field of the Blackbeard side. Yeah, maybe you swing 7. Okay, he swings 7 into Laboon maybe. He swings 7 into the Von Augur, reducing the Laboon. With the on-KO effect, he's getting to draw another card. Then he plays the check, using the check effect, draw a card, trash a Gecko, and KOing the Laboon. And back to the Blackbeard side. Now we are at 4 cards in hand, because we got to draw 1 card with the KO effect. Yeah. But now you usually, or you just play out your big boy, your big 10 cost martial DTH, and hope that you can close out a game with so less cards, right? Okay, we are using the stage, trashing a check, looking at top 3, grabbing a 2k right there. And I think we also see some, I would say, negative side of things here in this game, because the Blackbeard is running low on cards, right? And there's not so much hand refreshing here. Okay, so let me pause real quick. So we just saw that the 10 cost getting played, the check can't attack, leader effect is negated, then we use the leader effect with the martial teach, trashing the 1 cost event, and also negating the on-play effects of the Lucci. And yeah, I think now you play Ice Age and using the Kaido, right? That's what you should do here. Okay, he's playing the Tempest Kick, that's even better. Tempest Kick and Kaido is 10 cost, so you can trash the Martial Teach. And important, you also get rid of one of the 2 hand cards the Martial Teach player has. Getting rid of the 2k, and then there's a 5k swing. And the 5k swing will be taken probably, because there's no counter in hand, right? And this is really a dangerous scenario for the Blackbeard player, I would say. Because now the Lucci player has 2 big bodies in play. 2 threats. I mean 1 threat, like the Kaido, you can block with your Martial Teach, your 10 cost. But then you have a check and leader that can swing. And I think it doesn't look too good. We see the stage getting played, and we are grabbing the 2k here. And that's what I mentioned. Maybe we pause real quick. At the beginning of the game, when I mentioned maybe it's better to not swing with the birches, right? Maybe it would be better not to swing with the birches, right? Because what did he clear? I think he cleared a brook back at there. And now look at the trash. The trash is now, I think, maybe 12, 16 cards. So the birches would be like 9k body, 9, 10k body, I would say. And it would not be KO'able. So essentially, if you have like a 10k body in field, it's just every turn you can just pressure whatever your opponent has on the field, right? So maybe it would be better in the early game to not swing with the birches, to get him into the late game filling up your trash in the meantime and having this big body on board. Yeah, this would maybe, I think this was maybe a crucial part of the game which could be played differently for the martially teach side. Yeah, now there's not so much you can do. You just swing a 5 into the face, playing your 10 cost body out, probably negating the Kaido. Or does he? Yeah. He's still deciding, right, to what to trash with his leader effect. Maybe he doesn't trash anything at all, but I think if you don't use, you have to trash a card, right? Because otherwise you can't just getting like Ice Age, Rebecca, and something else. Yeah, he probably discards the 1k. Yep, decides to use his leader effect, trashing a 1k, negating all the on-play effects. And I think the I would assume that maybe the Jack is also negated. The Jack can't attack and Jack can't use this effect. Yep. Now we're seeing a 7k swing with Lucci here, leaving 8 Don open for the Lucci player. And this is a tough decision here, right? Do you block with your martial teach? Threatening, maybe you block here? Yeah. He just blocks the 7k swing with his martial teach. And now he's debating on putting some extra Don under his Kaido to maybe swing into the martial teach, right? Kaido is a 9k, martial teach 12k. He has 1 card in hand, so meaning 5 Don under Kaido would guarantee the knockout and the KO on the martially teach character, leaving the Lucci with 3 Don left. For 3 Don you can't play anything, so yeah, I would say you swing into the martially teach. Yep, that's the best you can do here, because essentially you erased the whole turn your opponent did last turn, and also got rid of one of their hand cards, right? Because they stopped you from on-play effects, but you didn't play anything from your hand, so you essentially, yeah, gained 1 card plus, because they discard 1 unnecessary card with their leader effect. And now it's getting rough, right? He's using a leader effect, doing the same stuff, blocking the Jack from attacking and using his effect. And yeah, the 5k swing of the martial teach got counted out, I think, by a Khalifa, yeah. Now back to the Lucci side, and I think that is pretty much the game, because now he didn't use his leader effect, so all the on-play effects are active again, and we see some, yeah, really good cards in the hand. He could actually play all of these cards down, right? He could play, if he has a Spandine and a Kaku in his trash, he could play Rebecca into Spandine into Kaku, -3 on the Blackbeard, Ice Aging the Blackbeard by 5, so it's a 2 cost, and then playing all the Lucci to KO it, and then you still have, I think, a 6k swing and a 9k swing. Yeah, I mean the 6k will be counted out with a 2k, but the 9k with the Kaido will be, yeah, so here he is playing the Rebecca, grabbing the Spandine, playing the Spandine, putting back 3 CP cards to the bottom of the deck to probably play down the Kaku. Yep, then he will return 2 more CP cards to the bottom of his deck to reduce the cost of the martially teach by 3. So it's then a 7 cost unit. For 1 he will play Ice Age, so now it's a 2 cost body, and then for 4 he will play a Lucci, turning 3 cards to the bottom of his deck, putting a Gecko, and a Tempest Kick to the bottom of the deck to KO the martially teach. The other card I think he can't KO because it was a 2 cost, yeah. Then there's a 6k swing, and then a swing with the, I think he could essentially block out with the 6k swing and then taking the damage from the Kaido, but I think as the Blackbeard player you have no cards in hand, there was no out, your opponent had a whole field, so yeah, I think that's it for the situation. Yeah. So yeah, Lucci wins this tournament, and I think yeah, the Blackbeard player had some opportunities to maybe play differently, like for example the Jesus Burgess play. Let's just go back into the game here. I think this turn here, right, where he cleared the brook, he let himself vulnerable for like a all down attached Lucci attack, and if he didn't swing with this Burgess in this turn, in the late game when he played down his Blackbeard, he would have another body to threaten some lethal damage, right? Because the Lucci player on the other side is not able to swing or clear this Burgess and also establish like a Jack or a Kaido, right? So yeah, I think this is something to keep in mind as a Blackbeard. But overall, I think good gameplay we saw here, and I hope you enjoy the content. And if not already done, please subscribe to the channel, and yeah, leave a like, comment. If you enjoyed this commentary series from my side, yeah, these 4 videos are the first one I did, so I want to do like more videos with this kind of content, and also I want to yeah, make some Twitch streams and also YouTube streams the coming weeks. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, and if not already done, please check out the other games, the top 4 match, top 8 and also top 16 game I did a commentary on, and I hope to see you on the next video. So thank you very much and enjoy your day. Bye.